Hello, welcome to Show of the Weekend. I'm Jane.
And I'm alive!
Yeah! Well, how are you feeling, Ellen?
I'm okay. I think I might have just caught an infection from hanging around the Baker house.
She's upstairs, don't go up. Great.
So anyway, the route to the staircase.
Great. Great. Brilliant.
Are you sure you just weren't scared sick?
I told you!
Okay, I'll admit it, definitely not my finest moment, but do you know where Luke is?
Yeah, he's busy.
Have you locked him in the attic again just so that you can be on Show of the Weekend?
What? No, you have. Who? Who's Luke? There's no Luke, you're crazy, Ellen. There was never a Luke.
Show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend.
So, Jane, this is the part where we chat about what we've been playing.
Right.
And I think we've both kind of been playing the same thing.
We have!
Yeah, which is Dishonored 2.
Ellen asked me before we started filming the show, what have you been playing? And I was like, oh God, I don't know. I can't remember. And she's like, I've seen you're playing Dishonored 2 because we're friends on Xbox Live, obviously. I'm like,
achievement.
Oh yeah, I have been playing Dishonored 2. I'd forgotten that is exactly what I've been playing. Yeah, I've been quite into it actually because I didn't get into it properly when it came out last year.
Yeah.
So I'm late to the party.
I had actually got a few missions in already, but while I was kind of recovering at home, I was like, I'm just gonna restart. Also because I'm a bit of a collecting fiend when it comes to things like that.
Oh.
And I found that in one of the first missions, I'd missed a painting. I'd missed a Sokolov painting.
Oh, not a painting.
And I need to get the painting so I can get the achievement. I've been making very slow progress.
I can imagine. There's friggin' bone charms and runes everywhere.
Well, those are the easy ones because you've got the heart, so you can go, okay, it's over there.
Yeah, but listen, you get the heart out and it's like, oh, they're all around. There's one over there, one over there, one over there. There's one behind me, one over there. They're just there's way more collecting, I feel like, than in the first game.
The thing is that what I'm doing, which is why I'm making such slow progress, is I'm trying to collect all the things.
Right.
All the runes, all the bone charms, all of the paintings, and also there's a collectible in each level, an extra collectible.
What?
So in the first, it kind of represents the level. In the first level, it's the little boat that Samuel from the first game carved
and
for Emily.
Does it turn up in your cabin, in the
your
cabinet?
cabin, yeah.
I didn't realise
And I
that.
actually had to go back after one mission because you play through 2 missions and then end up back at the boat. And I found out that I'd not got the collectible for one of these things. It was an elite guard helmet, and you only got it if you knocked out an elite guard. I'm doing non-lethal, so I knock them out. But if you're more of a mic player, you can murder them.
I didn't realise about the collectible thing, although I have my cabinets completely empty because I didn't know about the collectibles, but I figured it out when you said that because the one thing in it, it's not completely empty, is it's like a face piece from one of the Clockwork Soldiers, I think. And I think I just picked that up by accident.
Yeah, you just get that for if you take out a Clockwork Soldier.
There we go.
Which you kind of have to do.
Well, yeah, I guess you do.
Yeah.
If you're playing the way I do, you have to. Yeah.
I'm trying to get everything all at once, which means that I'm going through very slowly. Ghost, no kills, no one see me, and it's very slow going. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying taking my time. I've just reached the Dust District, and I'm absolutely loving these moments where the dust comes through from the silver mines and you can't see a thing. You just hear this kind of ominous noise. The first time you experience it, it's very freaky.
Dust from the mines.
But then eventually you learn to kind of use it, and there are a few times where I used it to stealthily take out guards because they can't see a thing, and it's really, really quite cool if you are going for the stealth game.
Nice.
I really like, there's extra touches as well in the black market shops where you can go and like buy stuff, or you can do what I do and go and steal everything. So
How do you do that?
you go up to the person,
Yeah.
buy all the upgrades because they're the only people that you
Sure.
can get upgrades from. And then each one has like a puzzle. So there's one where like you shoot a chain and then pick up a crank, go downstairs, open a secret gate, and you can go back up. The one in the Dust District is particularly interesting because some of them is you just go somewhere, you find a key, and then you can get in and knock someone out. But the Dust District one has a combination lock. The black market store owner lives upstairs. You go upstairs, root around in their stuff. There's a silvergraph, I think they call them. It's a picture from like their wedding day, and there's a little clue about when their wedding day was, so when their wedding anniversary is. You find a calendar, you look on the calendar, it's in the month of rain, so you go down to the month of rain and you see the circled one, which means that it's an important date, it's an anniversary. Go downstairs, put in, it's 4 down, 13
Bad
across.
password security. Never
Done.
use an important date.
No.
Don't use an important date. No anniversaries, no birthdays.
No.
Not
No.
your dog's name. Yeah, that's
And
cool. I've been
she
paying for
failed.
stuff like a chump. I'd be like, oh, I've not got enough money for that rune. I guess I'll see you later. Black market seller.
400
It's very
coins for a
expensive for a
rune.
rune.
That's 2 paintings. That's
Yeah.
a lot.
The outsider would want me to have that rune.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Oh well, now I know.
Yeah.
I've been playing it sort of. In an agile, improvised kind of chaotic style where I try to be stealthy and then eventually end up much less stealthy towards the end. Where I'm just like, get out, get out, get out, you killed the guy, run. It's in quiet out loud. That's me. Yeah.
Ah, so have you been going for the lethal assassinations at the end, or have you been like with Jindosh, give him the mind rays and stuff like that?
I like to judge each case on its individual merits. If they deserve to die, then I kill them, and if they don't, then I don't. Like, so the witch lady, I'd let her live because I just took away her powers, and so now she's just miserable and alone.
That was really great.
It's quite sad, actually,
Yeah,
but she's still alive. So
She's fine, but that was a really clever way of like, I like the kind of the puzzles behind it.
That was good, and that was an amazing level, the conservatory.
Oh, the
Just
conservatory,
with the giant owl.
The big, I love climbing around on the owls, it was great.
It was beautiful.
It's making me want to replay the first one. I just really love the world that like they've built, and the characters are really intriguing. I like unlocking kind of the mystery of it. There's a level of intrigue, and I'm gradually like pulling back the layers and finding out more about different characters, and it's interesting. And also, like we spoke about, like the voice acting in it is brilliant. An old show of the weekend when Dishonored 2 first came out, we mentioned how there's a lot of actors who've been in Marvel series who are in it. One cool thing is the Duke is played by a guy called Vincent, the same person who plays the
Vincent D'Onofrio, right?
Yeah, the Kingpin in the Daredevil series.
For those poor fools who make their grave on the waters, I wish them luck.
Rosario Dawson, I think, who's like the nurse in
Yeah.
Daredevil.
Yeah, that's right.
She is like your helper who takes you around places.
You won't get far with that face, stamped on half the coins in the city.
So it's just like, if
It's
you're
like
a
a
bit of a
Daredevil,
Marvel fan,
yeah.
you're like, oh, this is cool. But a lot of people also pointed out that The Outsider, I was a little bit upset at first because I really liked the voice acting of The Outsider in the first game. I think he was
great.
brilliant. But there's a new voice actor who has kind of kept the same tone, so you think, oh no, is this the same? It's kind of the same. It's fine. I don't feel too jarred, anymore. And it's actually the actor who plays the Penguin in Gotham. I can't remember his name. off the top.
Robin Lord Taylor.
Robin Lord Taylor, that's
Taylor.
it. The Outsider is one of my favourite characters. I think he's very
pretty
intriguing.
cool. Yeah.
And he looks cool. He
I like
just
his black eyes.
Yeah, and he kind of like goes whoosh, 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 and moves around. There's a couple of cutscenes.
It's like he was here.
Yeah. But like there's some things, you're talking to him and he disappears,
yeah, you're like,
goes over
"Oh."
there, and you're like, oh, he's there, okay, cool.
In case you're wondering, Paolo's not one of those unhinged cultists who believe I will grant them favors if they leave a big enough offering or play just the right musical notes. He doesn't care a fig for me.
The camera in this is like, oh wait, hang on,
Must be like talking to Batman when you're saying something. I know, wait, and then he's just gone. So,
Yeah. Oh, goodness sakes. Yeah.
If we can talk spoilers,
Yeah,
we just spoil a little bit?
I won't
I
even spoil
think
this.
Emily's mum was not a very nice person.
No.
Like, you know, in the flashbacks, I'm like, she was mean.
Yeah.
She was mean to old Delilah.
Yeah,
And
it's that whole like Harry Potter thing when you learn about how, you know,
Yeah.
his dad was actually really mean to
Yeah.
Snape.
Yeah,
And
it's very much like
it's
that.
very much that kind of, oh, this person that we had held in such high regard who was a perfect figure has flaws, and it's quite brave of them to do that.
Yeah, I feel like Emily lets her off the hook a bit because she has this sort of vision, nightmare, dream where the truth about her mom as a child growing up with Delilah as a half
Illegitimate
sister,
child of the
half
king.
sister. And she wakes up and she's having a vision of her mum there, and her mum's like, "Oh, I was dreadful to Delilah," and she's like, "No, wait, mum, it's all right." I can't remember what she says exactly. I'm like, "Don't let her
This
off
is all
the hook."
Delilah's doing.
Yeah, this is not all Delilah's doing, is it now, mum?
No.
So yeah, it was brave of them, and I thought it was interesting, and I really enjoyed that kind of frisson. But then I thought Emily was like, "No, mum, it's okay."
Yeah. So they were just jealous. They're just jealous of you.
That's how perfect you are, mum.
And also, I do love the art style because they've not gone for like perfect looking like real people, uncanny valley stuff. What they've done is gone for a very stylized look, which gives the game a certain feel. And I think that the game in the end will age well, and that just means that for ages and years to come, I can just pester people to go and play those games because I really like them. Anyway, that is, I think, enough chat on Dishonored 2. And now we're gonna have a little look at Yakuza 0, and I'm gonna ask you some questions.
Oh no.
お前に一ついいことを教えといてやる。極道ってのはな、ボクシングとは違え。喧嘩に負けたやつが敗者になるんじゃねえ。最後まで張り続けられなかったやつが負けるんだよ。
Right, so the long-awaited Yakuza 0 is finally out here in the West. Fans over here of the series have been dying to get their hands on it. They have their hands on it now, and so I'm going to ask you some questions regarding the series.
Do I have to have played it?
No.
Okay.
No, it's
Fire away.
Although people who have played it can attest to the fact that if you've never played the series before, this is a good one to jump in on because it is a prequel. So you don't have to know any of the previous stuff.
Right.
So, question 1. Yakuza 0 is a prequel to the popular Japanese open world series. What other series would you like to see a prequel for?
Okay. Mass Effect.
Right.
Just because Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go with that.
Anything in particular? Is there anything in the story that you'd be interested to find out a little bit more
So
about?
you're Shepard in Mass Effect 1. You choose your backstory. So you can be like a colonial kid whose planet was raided and whose parents died in some, in some raid. So yeah, maybe exploring one of those backstories. I think that was my backstory in Mass Effect 1. So I like the idea of more of Shepard, and Mass Effect 1 had the element where humanity was on the back foot, kind of on the outside of galactic civilization, because we were this like poorly developed, technologically lowbrow, we're like galactic noobs, and you don't get a lot of that in this kind of like space opera sci-fi. Usually humanity's like pretty much riding high. So I think that would be an interesting slice of sci-fi to explore, even earlier in the Mass Effect universe, although not much earlier, like kind of young Shepard, where humanity doesn't have a place on the council, is not very well respected. Although First Contact's been made and aliens are a thing, humanity is not well respected. So that I think would be fun to do. That's more Shepard, so.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good answer. Another alternate answer I would accept is Kingdoms of Amalur, because it is the best series ever.
Sure.
Just more games there, thanks.
Sure. Don't you die at the start of Kingdoms of Amalur? So it would be you before you died, but you wouldn't have any
when
powers.
A soldier, or it'd be like, what led up to the events of the people taking over. But it's not going to happen because the studio doesn't exist anymore, which is sad. Anyway, question 2. This game takes place in a fictional version of 1988 Tokyo around the month of December.
Sure.
There's also some amazing music in the game, But what was the #1 music single in the UK at the time?
Early December, late December?
Pretty much the entire, it was at #1
okay.
4 weeks.
So all of December, 1988.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like a novelty Christmas record because it's December. 80s Christmas records. Oh my God, I have a terrible memory for like what year did what song come out in.
I'm not good
really
at
bad at that. I don't know, Last Christmas? When did Last Christmas come out? No, that was later than 88, wasn't it? Did it never get to #1? James the cameraman knows. He probably knows the answer already. I'm looking at him. I'm looking at his face. It says.
Was it? Did they know it's Christmas time?
No.
Alright.
No.
Wasn't that? Was it Christmassy?
It was Christmassy.
It was Christmassy, all right. 80s Christmassy songs. I can only remember.
Shakin' Stevens.
No.
I can only think of 90s.
I've got a guess.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey.
No.
I can only think of like 90s stuff like E17, like the Spice Girls.
Dana.
No, I have no idea. Well, no, I probably will know it once you say it. What is it?
Clue, it's got a beverage in the title and a plant.
Mistletoe and wine.
Yeah.
I mean, I shouldn't have been so pleased about getting that because that is very easy after that clue. But still.
Yay, point.
One of those plant beverage songs, you know, Diet Coke and apples. And, yeah.
Okay, so question 3. The main characters, Kiryu and Majima, have different fighting skills that can be switched in the middle of battle. That's like one of the new things that's come to this particular game. Kiryu has Brawler, which is a fairly balanced fighting style. Beast, which is powerful, but it's slow, but you can use heavy weapons. And then you've got Rush, which is like fast boxing style. Majima has Thug, which is very similar to Brawler, it's like general fighting. Slugger, which is weapons oriented, it mainly involves a baseball bat. And then you've also got Breaker, which is basically beating people up with breakdancing moves.
Oh, what?
Okay, so
amazing.
Which one would you use if you had the option?
Well, what do you think? I want to break dance and hurt people at the same time, combining my love of breakdancing and hurting people.
Well, most people could break dance and just hurt themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
An
I
option.
could probably pull that off already.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do like a windmill kick and just like kick everyone all around you, 360 degrees of kicking.
Yeah.
That sounds great. No, I'll go for that one. And also it's really period appropriate. I admire that. It's the 80s. It's like probably the most 80s fighting style.
Yeah.
So yeah. And
he does it in a suit as well.
What?
It's just like they're all in suits. They
all
wrecked. They all look very sharp and they're all just like beating each other up. And I'm just like, that is going to take a lot to dry clean. It's really, really bad. So question 4, Yakuza 0 has a lot of mini games. Okay, so I've selected a few, and out of the following mini games, which do you see spending most time in if you're playing Yakuza 0? A is playing classic Sega games in local arcades. B is fishing. C is RC car racing. D, dancing.
Well, with my new dancing powers, I would be putting them to waste if I didn't dance. But actually, what are the Sega games? What are the classic Sega games I can play?
There's a whole, like, it's ridiculous. Like, there's a whole catalogue.
Depends what the emulation is like. If it's like fun emulation,
it's pretty good. It's pretty decent. It's like the Sega collection that came out on 360.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's a lot like that.
Okay. Well, that does sound fun. What kind of dancing is the dancing? Is it breakdancing?
It's a little bit, it's just some disco dancing as well. You're kind of like on a light up floor. It's pretty cool.
Oh, okay. I think I've had enough of dancing for one day, so I'll go for the Sega Classic.
Sega Classic.
Sega Classic arcade games in the arcade. That sounds fun.
Okay, well, the actual answer is karaoke. Because it's a karaoke minigame. I'm sorry, I Ellened you.
No.
I was very proud
That's
of
like
Mike
the one thing
last
I know
week.
about Yakuza, and that's the karaoke thing.
Yeah.
Andy will be disappointed because he loves a bit of karaoke.
He does.
Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave.
Speaking of karaoke, question 5, what is your go-to 80s tune that you hope is in the Yakuza 0 library? What do you pick when you go for karaoke?
Okay, James will know this, is Under Pressure by David Bowie. Is that 80s or early 90s? 80s, right? There we go, that's the one. You know how I said I can't remember what year any song came out? Case in point, Under Pressure, David Bowie, Freddie Mercury is like
that's good. Yeah.
You do both the voices. You do both.
Depends where I'm feeling vocally. You know, some days you're a Freddie, some days you're a David. It's an excellent song. It's very, very, very hard to sing.
Yeah, very technically
challenge.
hard. Do you like a challenge?
Yeah.
And everyone loves David Bowie and Freddie Mercury. They're great.
That's true.
They're great. Yeah, no, I think that's a good choice. Classic. Definitely under pressure.
Listen to it now. You're on YouTube.
Yeah. Go do.
Yeah. But after this, obviously.
After this, finish watching this. Yeah. That was great. That was well done. And I think now we're going to go and see what you guys said in the comments. On last week's show, Mike administered a punishing quiz to test Luke's knowledge of the Tom Clancy verse, including decoding the HAWKS acronym. Luke wasn't too happy when he found out what the X stood for.
High Altitude Warfighter Extreme.
No, it's close though, but high altitude is correct. High altitude warfare, experimental division.
Oh, what
But John Haskey points out, coming from a show called Outside Xtra, can you really complain about extreme division?
Well, actually, I think you'll find it's experimental division, and Outside Xtra is spelt with an E.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is spelt with an E. Look, it's Outside Xtra.
I don't think that's true.
More importantly, last week we published this list of games that poked fun at silent protagonists for never opening their cake holes.
Hotel India, do you acknowledge Whiskey Tango Foxtrot? Jack, are you even there? Hello? Speak to me, man.
Nothing gets past Joey Wild, however, who comments, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot equals WTF. Can't get it past me, Xtra. Jane, could you stop sneaking hidden messages into our videos? Wait, what are you doing?
I'm blinking Morse code.
No, stop it.
Elsewhere on the channel, Luke and our friend Aoife from Eurogamer were tested on their creepy puzzle-solving skills and even had dinner with the Baker family.
Eat up, you need to drink, boy. That's good. Tell me more where that came from. Oh, yeah.
Cheers, lunches.
Cheers, guys. To new friends.
Martin Conway noted Luke's politeness, saying, I like how Luke is still trying to be a good house guest in front of murderers.
Well, you should always be polite to people who hold your life in their hands. Isn't that right, Ellen? Now, we have our running jokes here at Ox Towers, but they can sometimes still catch us off guard.
If you know us, you know that Connor is our favourite ever assassin. No, sorry. I couldn't keep a straight face. That's good. No, that's good. Yes, I made James laugh. Does that mean I get lunch?
Yeah, but don't think about your lunch too hard or you might mess up your lines.
Yes, but dragons! Okay, well, not everyone was a flan.
Not everyone was a flan.
Not everyone was a flan.
If only everyone was a flan.
What a delicious world we live in. Right.
I guess dragons like to eat flans?
So do I. By the way, I need that fibre to buy a flan.
Anyway, that's it for Show of the Weekend, I believe. Thanks for watching very much. And before you go, while I've got your attention, we're going to be at Rezzed, EGX Res, which is a video game show happening in London at the Plateau Dock. And that is taking place at the end of March and in very, very early April. And we're going to be there on the very, very early April part. We're going to be there on the 1st of April. No fooling.
No fooling, we will be there, honest.
Genuinely not an April
promise.
Fools. We'll be there in the afternoon on the 1st of April. If you want to come and meet us and say hi and, I don't know, we can just hang out or whatever.
Talk about games.
Yeah, so come along, there's a link on screen probably. And yeah, come along, we'll hang. Yeah, it'll be cool. Thanks for watching.